This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, that we are discussing about the validation commands. Validation commands in Selenium. What are the validation commands in Selenium? In the interview room, they will ask you. What are the validation commands in Selenium? There are three types of validation commands. There are three types of validation commands in Selenium. Okay, those are, please go on mute, guys. Here is unmuted. Srikanth, please go on mute. Okay, there are three types of validation commands. Those are very important. The first one is enabled, means it's in the enabled state or not. And second one is displayed. And third one is selected. Okay, and is enabled, is displayed, and is selected. These are the methods and approaches which are used in the Selenium to verify the specific button is enabled or not, the specific button is displayed or not, the specific button is already selected or not. Please observe very carefully. I can tell you some examples so that you will get some picture. See, if I go this site, what is that site? Git login. Yeah, if I go with this GitHub login, see, I can tell you is displayed or not. Sign in. See, if I go with the forget password, see, this button is not in enabled state. This button is in disabled state. See, is this button in the enabled state? No. See, this button is not in enabled state. But the command to is displayed. Is it displayed or not? Yes. Displayed option is available. This option is not in enabled mode. Displayed is separate and enabled is separate. Enabled means that we are going to perform click operation. But displayed means it is showing on the page or not. For this button, is displayed is true. Is enabled is false. Is enabled. This method denotes that specific button is ready to click. Okay, ready to click or not. Whereas is displayed, this method denotes that specific button is available on page or not. Available on page means able to see or not. Okay, and is selected. I can say that if it is already selected or not, that we can define by using is selected. I will tell you this approach with some other examples. This method is denotes that specific option is selected or not. Option is selected or not. Okay, these are the three approaches of the is enabled, is displayed, and is selected. Is enabled. For this, is enabled, yes or no? False. It is not an enabled push. If it is enabled, we can able to perform. Yes or no? If any button is enabled only, we can be able to click on it. Whereas is displayed, if any thing is just displayed on page or not. Simple and is enabled will verify is it in an enabled state or not. Is displayed, just verify it is available on the page. Enabled, it allows to perform the operation. Is selected means I can say that if age is already selected or not, if any checkbox is already selected or not, this defines is selected or not. See, I can show you some other examples. See, I can say that see, this is called E selected. If already female selected, then it is in the which state this gender is selected mode. This is in selected mode. This is not selected mode. These two are not selected mode. To perform this operation, if it is selected, ignore it. If it is not selected, then perform some operations. Validations in Selenium. See, I can show you some pages. On these pages, we can able to see if status, if checkbox is selected, then again we need to perform some operations. If it is enabled, then only we can able to click operations. I can show you some different examples, different URLs, so that you will get more idea and more perception. You can also do practice the same way by searching into the Google and take some pages that we need to check it. Is it in the selected mode or not? See, I can show you some examples. One second. I'm using some. See, we can go with this page only. In this page, is it enabled or not? This is not enabled. After entering email only, it is enabled. See, 100 and say that some gmail.com. We need to verify it. Once we pick some approaches, then it is in the enabled state. Guitar. See, this is called the enabled state. If it is enabled only, we can able to perform click operation. I can show you some pages. Give me 1 minute. I have some examples. Based on looking at examples, I can explain. 1 minute. Be online. Guys, I can go with some examples so that you can get some idea. I have some URLs. I found it. Use this page for your practice. Okay. See, I can show you is enabled, is displayed, is selected or not. Here itself, you can able to check it. If it is enabled, if it is selected or not, you can able to do it. See, I can say with is selected. If it is selected, then we are not able to select it. If we are able to select it, we can able to select it. For example, I am getting this all three options. If it is not selected, then only I can able to select it. Whereas this is called radio buttons. Okay, and this is called the checkbox buttons. Okay, See, for this we can select all the options. For this we need to select any one option. So if this is not selected, then only we need to select it. If it is selected, we can able to ignore it. It may be selected, it may be not selected, we don't know that. To do these things, we need to know the it is in the selected mode or not, it is not in the selected mode or not. We need to know all these three things, so that you can come to know is it selected or not. First of all, I can go with the is enabled, is displayed, return type. See, I can tell you one more thing. Syntax should be like this, very important. Public boolean is enabled means if it is enabled, it will return true. If it is not enabled, it will return false. If it is enabled, it return true or return false. In the same way, public boolean is selected. If it is in the selected mode, it is return true. If it is in selected mode, it return true or return false. There is one more approach. Public boolean is displayed. Simple. This is also same. If it is displayed, it returns true. If it is displayed, it return true or return false. Very simple guys. Based upon the true false condition, we are going to use this. First of all, I can go with the is enabled and is displayed. Then is selected should be depend upon the some checkbox selection, some radio button selection, small concept, and then I can navigate to that concept and I will let you know this. See, I am using some pages to know this is enabled or not, is displayed or not, so that we can able to know this. See, I can show you. I can go with the Facebook only. See, here this is in the enabled state. Means if it is in enabled state, then only we can able to perform click operation. If it is not in enabled state, we are not able to perform click operation. See, or see for this also, I can show you, observe very carefully. Forgot password. See, this is not in the enabled state, so we are not able to perform click operation. If it is in the enabled state only, we can able to perform click operation. Here, this is in the enabled state. Then only we can able to perform this button. If it is not in enabled state, we are not able to do perform operation. Say I can write some logic of code. Very easy, very simple. Just you know the concept. I can explain now. Is enabled. I can say that if required, I can say that if required button is allowed to click, then it will return true. Okay, else it will return false. Same only. If allow chese then happily it is going to perform click operation. If it is not in the enabled state, then we can't do anything. This is the concept of the enabled. Observe very carefully. I am going to write some concepts. In the validations, we know the concepts of is enabled and is displayed. Is selected will be depend upon the radio buttons. First we will cover the radio options and then we'll come to the is selected. In this class, I am going to teach you these two concepts. For third concept will be depend upon the radio buttons and checkboxes. I will cover the topic and then I rest over pending leftovers is selected. I am going to teach you with examples. See, is enabled. I am going to teach you. So I can create one package and form.export. I can say that the concepts name should be validation. Guys, in the export this I define only the theoretical. In real time, I am going to tell you day by day classes. Validation concepts. I am going to create one class and I can say that validation I can say that validate is enabled demo. I am going to write the logic of code. Please observe very carefully. I am taking one main method to initialize the driver, web driver, manager, data, Chrome data, setup, and then whatever we define, then we need to initialize the driver. Web driver, anyone help me? Driver is equal to
New Chrome driver.
Yes. And then I want to maximize my screen.
Driver.manage.window.maximize.
I want to open the URL.
Get method driver.getDown.
Yeah, I'm using as of now Facebook group. And then I am going to identify the object of this create button. See, observe carefully. How I am going to identify. I click. It is not able to click. See, if I click, it is not able to give. So I can go with the more tools. I can go with developer tools. And then I am going to identify this object. Please go on mute. Whoever you know. So I am going to enter this create. See, for this button, there is no direct property. So I can identify the property with the help of the text method or using dot method. In Japan, there is a text method and dot method in Selenium in the exporters to identify the objects. Simple. Within the A tag, it contains A start, A close. Inside that, it is a text. So I am taking copy and then 2 / any tag name dot using and attribute value. See, it is giving one of one result. I am taking this. Observe very carefully. I can say the driver dot find element by dot XPath. I am taking the create button and then I am going into the some web element to use somewhere. What is the return type of find element? Anyone? Web element. So I need to store it. Create button. See, I am going to write the logic. Observe very carefully. As of now, what I have done, I came to this page and then after that, I want to know if this button is enabled or not. If it is enabled, click on that button, then not click on that button. See, if create button dot is enabled. What is the return type of is enabled? See, Boolean. If this condition is true, then happily it's going to click on that button. Create button dot click. I am writing some concept, some system.out.println for our reference. What is the reference? Successfully clicked on create button. Else, if it is not available, then happily I can write something in the else concept. We already know this if else concepts in Selenium, sorry, in Java. Create button is not enabled That's it. If it is enabled, I am giving some time so that we can see the execution very slowly. If we are not using this time concept, definitely it will fail. It will run the execution in very speed manner. For every line of execution, it will take some time. See what I wrote here, code. I will explain you each line of statement. Then same. I need to wait one more time, one more sec, 2 more seconds. And then I need to close the driver. To close this browser. What is the line by line statement? It will open the browser, it will open the Facebook. If it is trying to click on that button, we don't know is it in enabled mode or disabled mode. If it is enabled mode, it is able to click on that. If it is not in enabled mode, it is not able to click on that button. Disabled mode. Here happily it is in enabled mode, so it is happening. Enter into the if condition. This will return true, and then it is going to click on that button. If it is not in the enabled mode, then it will return false. This is called the false area. If condition is the true area, else condition is the false area. This is the true area. This is the false area. If it is not enabled, then create button is not enabled, will print and close the browser. If it is in the true area, is in enabled mode, happily move to the create Facebook page. Say I can enable. No, I click on somewhere. 1 second, guys. I am going to run this program. See what happened? It is going to do the code whatever I written Facebook. Clicking on the you click button. See, it is happily doing the same. See, successfully clicked on create button. I am using the same code for the purpose of this application, for this URL. See here, this is not in the enabled mode. If this is in the disabled mode, so happily what it will print, this will print like this, that send password reset email is disabled. See, is not enabled. See, I can copy this code. I can create some more example, another example, so that you will get more idea. For ease enable 2 examples. Say I'm going to take copy this, and then I'm going to paste here with other name demo2. Guys, 1 minute. I'm getting one call. Okay, guys. See in the demo2 itself, I'm changing the URL. That's it. I'm not doing anything. Just I'm changing the URL and doing the same. See, this is the page. In this page, this button is not in the clickable mode, not in the enabled mode. This is in the which mode? Disabled mode. Okay, disabled mode. It is not enabled mode to perform click operation. So I am using the same URL, but I am trying to identify the XPath for this. Inspect. See, send a password is there. How to identify this thing by using XPath? We know that if there is no direct property, we need to use tag name, attribute at the rate of value is equal to attribute value. See, this is giving this button credentials, but this is not in the enabled mode to perform click operation. This is in the disabled mode. You are not able to perform this operation, but in the DOM page it is available, but in the UI also available, but not in a state to perform. Say, if I am trying to perform click, no, not able to click on that. See how I am going to write the logic. I am changing this text bar and making this as a send password as button. I am storing this as a reference as send password button. If send password button is enabled, then happily click on that button. Else, say, hey boss, click on send password button. Here say that send password button is not enabled in page. See what happened for this code? Happily, it is not true. Then happily else will execute. If it is true only, true array will be executed. If true array is false, then false array will get executed. See, send password button is not enabled, the output will come like this. Because that is not in a enabled mode. If it is in the enabled mode only, we can able to perform click operations. If it is in a disabled mode, see, it is not able to click on here, but it is going to close the page and showing the output. See, send password button is not enabled in page. Send password button is not enabled because this is not in enabled mode. You know that. This is the usage of the enabled approach in Selenium. Copy this for this is enabled and is example. Need the example 2 for the is enabled. And second, that and the other method is other validation method is displayed. Is selected, I will tell you after completion of the checkboxes and checkboxes radio buttons handling. That concept is interlinked with the is selected option. Don't worry. If required, button is displayed on screen, then it return happily true. Whatever I require, it is available displayed on screen, it return true. Else, it return false. Simple concept. Same as is enabled and is displayed. Same as is enabled, but is enabled, we need to click on it. It should be in a clickable mode. Is displayed, is it showing on the page or not? That is the concept of the is in this is displayed. Okay. I can show you some headers in this site for our practice. Let's call it site is there. Let's call it where we need to use it. See, we need to know is it displayed on this page or not. I'm going to check it. Observe very carefully. See, I need to know is this header is displayed on the page or not. If it is displayed, then get this text. If it is not displayed, please don't get this text. See how to identify this XPath. See, contains approach. I am going to use it here. Please observe very carefully. How to write contains? Please guys, 2 tag name h1 and I am using contains. What is the approach we are using? Text method, comma, it contains practice. Happily it is giving 101 result. How I am going to use 2 any tag name contains text, comma, practice. Text is a method. It is not an attribute. It is a text is a method to get the text in the mid of the HTML DOM page of a particular tag. See, I'm going to write the logic. Observe very carefully. Very easy and very simple. I can say that the validation of is enabled. Validate is displayed. If it is displayed, happily print that is displayed demo. Very simple concept base. Very simple and very easy. WebDriver manager Chrome driver dots setup, and then I need to make it as a WebDriver reference. WebDriver driver new Chrome driver. I want to maximize. And then I want to open specific page. Let's code it. If this practice is displayed, get this text. How I am going to get the text? By using get text approach. You know the get text method. We already discussed it. I need to know this XPath. By using contains approach, I define. Contains approach find element by dot XPath. Contains Chepana ledandi C example. C contains how it looks like. Contains syntax. Contains 1 second. I will show you. See contains. See, 2 forward slash tag name contains 2 forward slash tag h1 is the tag name, and using using contains, and we using attribute or we using contains text method comma value. Same I am defined. So I am going to copy this web element. Web element here. Contains method. Contains. I am storing this into the web element. What is that header? I can say that header name. Header the page options now practice page means this is the head of this. So I am using concept same. If header name, which approach using is displayed. If it is displayed, happily it will return true. If this will return true, then I need to print that header name. Simple. How I need to print it? Header name. How to get the text? Anyone? By using get text method, guys.
Get text only.
Yes. What is the return type of get text? String.
String.
I need to store into the string. String header name. Header. I can say header text. And then I am going to print this text. Happily, I can say that displayed text is this header text. Else, if it is not displayed, happily print like this. How I need to print unable to get the text? Unable to get the text due to unable to get the text from header due to unavailable. This is the thing, and then I am going to take some time. Thread dot sleep for 2 seconds, and then I need to close that browser. Driver dot close the browser. We need to handle this add through declaration exception. Happily, it is going to handle it. See how now I am going to run this concept. Happily, what happened here? Header is available, so header display text is going to print on that, and then it is closed after 2 seconds. See, display text is practice page. Yes or no, guys? What is the display text here? Practice page. Happy Read is going to print practice text. This is the approach of is display. So please, I am saying directly this is selected. Once this is selected, you are not able to understand, don't worry. In the checkbox concept, you can able to understand. Just listen, very simple, very easy concept. This is selected also, I am going to tell you, is selected is used to verify that is in the selected mode or not. If required option is selected or not, can be validated through is selected method. Through is selected approach. Okay. Okay. See, very simple logic. I am going to write it. Observe very carefully and take notes. Validate is selected demo. See, as of now, you don't know this select, how to select, how to not select, but take it very simple. But when you go in the direct concepts of these check buttons and radio buttons, you can able to know how this is going to work on it. See, in this course, in this e-selected approach, I am taking this. If it is not selected, please select it. If it is selected, please ignore it. In this way, we are going to do it. See, if it is not selected, then happily it is going to selected. If it is selected, it is not going to select. See, first of all, I am going to identify this button and then we are going to click on that specific button. See, we need to click here, we need to click here, we need to click here. Very simple, guys. Observe very carefully. See, I need to identify which button. This is called a radio button. I want to know BMW. See how to get this by using the text method. Yes or no? Copy. Inside label, inside input, it is available. I can say that the label dot is equal to BMW. No. Inside the label, there is the input tag is there, guys. Yeah. Why? See. Is highlighting label. Okay. I can take this label or I can go with the BMW radio is there now. Yeah, I can use direct ID is there now. How, why I need to go with all these properties? ID is a direct thing. See, if I copy this, only one option is given. BMW radio. But I need to know, is it clickable mode or not? If it is selected or not. If it is selected, and then I need to click on that. If it is not selected, see, I can show you this code. After looking into this code, you will get more idea. Very simple concept is, don't need to worry. I open this URL. I need to know this radio button is selected or not. First, directly I am clicking on that radio button. First, I need to identify that object. Driver.find element by.id radio button, BMW radio button. See, observe very carefully. I am taking this BMW radio button. What is highlighting? The radio button of the BMW. I am going to store into the web element. I want to use it somewhere. Web element BMW radio button. See, I am going to write the logic. Directly I am clicking on that radio button first time itself. What happens if I give click? It is in the clickable mode. So I am giving some time for 2 seconds. See, it's already in the clicked state. As per the code, what happened? It will open this page and click on that radio button. See, I am giving the condition. If BMW radio button is selected, it's already selected. Say like this. It's already selected. Else, if it is not selected, click on that radio button. If not selected only now, we can able to perform click operation. If it is selected, no more use. Now click on selected, click on radio button. Here you can see that radio button already selected. Here now click on radio button. See what happened this code? Say if condition will execute or else condition will execute. Anyone tell me? Either it will print radio button already selected or it will print now click on radio button. Anyone? Please respond, guys. What
Now
is
click
going to
on
select?
radio button.
Now click on.
Radio button.
Yeah, it's already selected. It's already selected. I perform click operation. So once you open this page, this radio button will open. See, as per flow comes here and click on this button. What is the state? Is
Okay,
selected.
selected.
Then happily it will return true. Happily say that radio button is already selected. If I remove this, as per your concept, it will print it. Is radio
Now
button
click on
selected?
radio button.
No, no, it is going to click. See, now it will going to execute as per Srikanth input. See Srikanth, now what happened? Now click on radio button. See, it's now clicked. See, now click on radio button. If I already uncomment this, what happened? This radio button is already clicked. He selected return true, and then it is going to print it. Here returns false. If this is the false, false statement will get executed. If it is true, true area is going to. This is true area, and this is the false area. Now happily it is print. Radio button is already selected. See, it's going to print already. It's going to select here itself in this line. So it's printed like this. Radio button is already selected. If here is selected, I'm closing the browser after 2 seconds. I'm not written the concept for closing the browser. If I read it, this will close the browser. How to write the logic for close browser? Anyone?
Driver.close.
Yes. What about others, guys? You don't have the time to practice, or you don't have the time to say the answer. Please respond, it is very simple concepts. Okay. Yeah, that's it for today's is enabled is selected. And tomorrow I am going to teach you. Basically, I am planning to take next today or next week tomorrow. Tomorrow I am going to take long class. If it is okay, we'll connect by 6 or 6:30. We'll take up to 8:15. Okay, that's all about this concept. This is the validation of the e-selection, e-selected demo. And tomorrow we are going to discuss the first thing we need to select tomorrow is checkbox and radio button that we are related to the select class, but very simple. Checkbox and radio button, and pending with the take screenshot. And I can take one more session in thing. Okay, that's all for today's session. Tomorrow I can try with the long class, at least up to 8 p.m. That's all for today's session. Have a nice day. Actually, okay, sorry to say this, guys. Actually, my health is not supposed to work, so that I am not able to cover all the topics in a short time. So that this Wednesday also I have a doctor appointment. He is every way. He is daily available on the evening itself. That is the reason I am not able to continue this class on the same time. Please try to understand from my side, but I can give you better notes and better recordings. Don't worry, guys. If you feel anyone the sessions is going on very late, I can provide you my previous batch recordings. Use that recordings also if you want to complete it in a very soon manner. Okay, Bharat, Chaitanya, anyone have any questions?
No, Anna. Only can
Yeah.
can you share the recording class? That only.
Okay, yeah, should definitely. Please ping that URL. See, please ping your mail IDs, respective mail IDs in a new group we were created by Nagesh. We'll plan that in that group. Okay.
Okay, Anna. Thank you.
Okay. Actually, I'm not in proper state. Basically, I'm not interested to continue the sessions, but I taken the commitment. That is the reason I'm starting.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you so much, Anna. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye.
అన్న
Thank you,
గ్రూప్ లో
Anna.
నన్ను యాడ్ చేయరా
Sure. I will add you.
ఆ,
Sure.